When you say New Heights Academy Charter School, you're speaking of one school and one family.
I came to New Heights Academy in my 7th grade. It was a very hard time for me because I was always the type of girl that would do things based on what her friends would think. That was in my old school, which was PS 115. Now I'm currently getting straight A's, and New Heights helped me with that. It supported me to the point where I wanted to be more than just a B student, just a C student. I wanted to be 95 and above average student. I wasn't alone, and that's exactly what helped me the most.
I arrived at the school in August of 2006, right before we opened. Joining a charter school from the beginning, I got the dirt under my fingernails as we built this place from the ground up.
So our first year, we started off, we did not have a school. We were all in basically one room, the dinitarium, which is what we call our dining hall, gymnasium, and auditorium. Our multi-purpose room was the only room that was open.
And I will never forget the first session that I had with a student was underneath the stairs in the cellar. And that was okay because, again, the primary concern was to ensure that the kids got an education.
We were getting things shipped in, like desk, supplies, all this stuff, and it was all going to the dinitarium. And we had to move them back and forth in different locations, and at one point, I think one day we moved the boxes, maybe like 100 or so boxes, so I can't even remember, it was just like endless. We probably moved them from one side of the dinitarium to the other about 10 times. I remember a lot of people would tell me that they remember like me trying to be upbeat and cheering people on, and it was because I felt that from people. I felt that people, even though it was so tiring and everything we were doing was like, how are we gonna fix this, it was still this, we're all in it for together, and we're all gonna make this school work.
We went not really knowing what we were doing, but we had the ambition, we had the goals, we had the intent, and gradually we were able to build a successful, thriving and happy place of education for the young people of Washington Heights and Harlem.
Every day when I come to work, it's as if though I'm coming home. Growing up in Washington Heights, I went to Cabrini High School. I am Dominican, like 95% of the neighborhood. And being here since day one, I have the privilege of seeing the current class of 2014 since 5th grade. And it's amazing.
Go.
New Heights. Not only has New Heights made me a more successful student, it's also influenced me to be a more successful person. When I first came to the school, I was a little 10-year-old 5th grader, and now I'm a senior. And throughout these 8 years, New Heights has formed me to be the independent and very determined person that I am today.
How you can impact a student or a child to believe in themselves. It's just caring, and there's a sense of caring all throughout New Heights.
When I first came to interview here, I couldn't really find the building because it all looks like storefronts, and right there I already knew I liked New Heights because it really was part of the community. Sometimes you miss it, and there are so many amazing things going on in here.
I remember my first day at New Heights. I remember walking into the building, and I was greeted by a particular student, and the student said, "You gotta know what my name is." And I said, "What do you mean? Everybody knows my name." I said, "Okay." And so as I was going through the halls, I was asking around about this particular student to other teachers, and yes, you're going to get to know this student very well because she's one of our founding students. It humbled me because I knew that our students were really important, and they really felt that this place that they go to every single day was very important to them, and how it was a very important factor in the community.
What's unique about us is that we really are a neighborhood school. There are lots of charter schools who are network schools, and they have schools throughout the city, throughout the boroughs. New Heights exists to just be for us. I really feel that we are a neighborhood pillar.
As a young person, I felt like I could do anything, and that came to me as a result of the unique structure of my family, not necessarily my school. So I've always wanted to give back in that way, to make sure that I was involved in a school or in a community project that really allowed students to develop the confidence that they needed to have in order to be successful in life.
Before my entrance into New Heights Academy Charter School, I was a student who was basically outcasted, I feel. Like, I came to school in 5th grade, and prior to my other school in West Heights, it was very predominantly Hispanic, and I was only one of the few black students there. And in that way, it made me feel a little bit more shy, and I was more introverted. In this school, I felt that it was more of a family, and I was more at home, and that people didn't really judge me based on my skin color or anything like that. And the same thing with the teachers as well. They were so like nice to me. They just like genuinely cared.
And I'm proud. Like I can be proud to say that I'm part of the first graduating class of this school. I can go to college saying that, and like that's one of those memories that you hold dear to your heart. Like your middle school and high school career is basically like your adolescence, your whole adolescent life. Like after high school, you're going off to college, you're meeting new people. You're probably not gonna be with your friends, but with the bond that you grow with everybody here, it's like you just don't want to let go.
I used to be shy before, so it made me open up, like become the real me, like me explore like who I really am. I made new friends.
I've been here since 5th grade. All of us have been here since 5th grade. So it's just like it's something you can't ever like replace. Like they're not only my classmates, but they're like my brothers and my sisters. The teachers here, they're different than any other school I've been in, and like they really tend to care about you, and they really want to know what you're doing and how you're gonna do it. And like they push you. Even the teachers that are not in the school anymore, they come back and they say, "Hey, do you need help with anything?" Or they will email you real quick. They'll text you, they'll call you, like whatever you need. It's like they're there for you. It's like having a mother, another father here in the school, and they watch over you no matter what.
It's really gonna be a shock when I graduate, and I'm able to say that I'm not gonna come here next year. I'm gonna go to college, and that's something that a lot of people from my neighborhood can't say that they do.
So we had to ask the question, why New Heights? Well, New Heights, to all of us here in New Heights, is home. Our students are predominantly Dominican, and Dominican culture definitely believes in family. And it's one thing in our school we try to implement and try to enforce is that we are one, and we believe that all children can learn, and we believe that all children are ours. And we hope that when they come to our school that they feel that they have some parental support, they have instructional support, and they have behavior support. And that's what we try to provide at New Heights.
Initially with some vague, lofty goals, but eventually streamlining it into being a successful place where we can meet students where they are and bring them to where they want to go and where we would like to see them in the future. Having these opportunities, having these new paths that are open to them, and realizing the value of a good education and where it can lead them.